All right, everyone. I wanted to give you an update on Passenger 2X. You can see I've got some airlines here. We're going to go check out this Transamerica. And I want you to pay attention to everything as it loads up because that's going to kind of explain how the AI works and kind of what happens in the background. And I'll show you guys how to make a flight schedule in the operations page. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. So as it loads in the airline, you will see AI flying has started. So flying for Tuesday, please wait. Flying for Wednesday, please wait. Right. So it's going to go through each day of the week, and it's going to, do the AI flying thing, right? And it's going to make us some money, and I'll show you guys that here as we get in. So yes, my profits are, but that's okay. I just created this thing yesterday. But let's go down here to the bank. And let's switch to October. So I just purchased a new aircraft earlier today, but you can see maintenance is being done, and you can see here are the AI flights, and they are making me money. I did not fly these myself, right? So you can see what's coming in, what's going out, all of that, right? So I'm making money on my flights. How do I do that? Well, you come over here to operations. Right, we look at our schedule. So here are the flights that I've got. So I've got a flight from Chicago to Rio, and then Rio back to Chicago. Right, look at another aircraft. Got a flight here from Chicago to London, and you can see the times in UTC and local. Right, so it departs at 7 p.m., gets in around 9 a.m., or at midnight and 8:10 if you're using UTC. Right, and now it's on its way back. Right, so you can do this, and we're going to do this. I'm going to buy another aircraft, another Max. Right, and I've got a 787 open for me to use. Right, so if I wanted to do one of these flights, and we'll do that first, I suppose. If I wanted to fly one of these, right, we go look at my profile. Here is me. I am currently at O'Hare. I can change and go wherever I want. Right, I can go up to Milwaukee. I can search. It's going to tell me how much it's going to cost for me to go there. Right, I don't want to do that, but I can go anywhere. So I can fly basically anywhere. This profile is carried over in all of your careers, not just one. Right? So the aircraft I have flown the most of the A300, 600, like these are the stats for everything. Right? So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys how you can like create a flight, right? So because I'm in Chicago, I can do any of these flights I want right now on demand, kind of like an ad hoc, right? The AI will still do its flight in the background, but if I have an aircraft available like the 787 or a Max 8 or whatever, right? I can fly it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Max 8. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not 100% positive on that. But you can fly it regardless. I haven't actually yet tried, so don't take my word for it. Like this says Max 8, I'm going to do it with, or this says, Max 8, I'm going to do it with a 787. Don't take my word for that, right? But you would confirm could take you into the simulator, all that. Yeah, you'd be delayed, but I'm still going to have 156 people and 16 people right here, right? So I can edit and take as few or as many as I want, right? I would come over here, I'd hit start flight, it loads up in the sim, yada yada. That part hasn't really changed. But if you want to be able to set stuff up, right, we're going to come in here, we're going to buy another Max 8. We're going to go fleet, new aircraft, Max. I want a Max 8. I want one. We're going to outright purchase base cabin. We're going to use the one that I've made, and we're going to purchase. We then need to come over here to crew and staff, and we're going to hire a bunch of folk, right? So we need cabin crew. So this is domestic crew number 3. Domestic crew number 3. Create and hire. She's hired. Right. He's hired. She's hired. He's hired as a pilot. Hired as a pilot. What have we got? Hired for crew. Hired for crew. Right? So I've got that. I don't really have any routes that aren't being served yet. So we're going to create some. We're going to have O'Hare to JFK. That's FJK because I don't know how to spell. That's KKFKJ. JFK. Find route. All right, we got a lot of people that want to do this route. Cool. We're going to create a route. It's going to be added to the bottom. I then, because this is like spoke, we're going to come back. Actually, you know what? This time we're not going to come back. We're going to do JFK to Orlando. We are going to change this up. And then I've already got Chicago back, or Orlando back to Chicago. So that's what we're going to do. Operations, schedule. I just bought this Max. So let's come in here and we're going to create a route. And we've got Chicago to JFK. It's going to be flight 1123 daily. We're going to select our crew. I'm just going to set it as international, even though it really isn't. I want this flight to leave at 8 o'clock. All right. I'm going to hover but not click over the bar. I'm going to change this using the arrow key on my keyboard to reduce the cost of tickets. To 3,400 for first class and 340. And boom, just like that, I have a flight created. Now, we're going to hit back into schedule, route. We're going to do New York to JFK, or New York to Orlando. God, I know how to brain. This is going to be flight 1150 daily, same crew, international, 9 a.m. New York time, which isn't correct. That's correct. Ticketing. Again, I'm going to hover 445, 440, create a flight. There you go. So we've got O'Hare to JFK, JFK to Orlando. I am going to go back. I am going to create a route that goes back from Orlando to JFK because we are going to need it. We're going to come back here to schedule, route. So we're going to go Orlando, add flight. This is going to be 1151. We're going to go back up to JFK. Right, move this over until we're no longer. Okay. Ticketing. Lower the cost again. Create the flight. Bada boom, bada bing. Right. And now we're going to do another route. And this is going to be. I did not create a route, did I? Because that was stupid. We need to come back in here to routes. And we need to do JFK to O'Hare. Because I definitely did not do that. Come back in here to schedule. We're going to create a route. JFK to O'Hare. 1152 daily. All right. And I'm going to do this again. And we're going to go back to JFK out of O'Hare again. This is going to be flight 1153 daily. This. You guys see how this works? Yeah, it's not overly complicated, and none of this is connected into the sim unless you want it to be. 350. We're gonna make this 3400. Right, so create flight. We're gonna make another route. We're gonna go back. This is gonna be 1154 daily. That. All right. And then when we're done with this, we're going to add some maintenance to it. And we are going to check some other things. There you go. Right. So technically, this thing, even though the aircraft is not in New York right now, it will do the New York to Orlando route. It will do the Orlando back to New York, right? All of that. So now we're going to schedule some maintenance. We're not, because that is a thing that I have told the devs about. Oh, that's annoying. But one thing we do need to do is we need to go to JFK, right? 40 passengers per hour. That's going to take forever. So we're going to move this to 5. Because at some point we're going to have more flights going in and out of JFK, right? So we'll make it 200 with the self-service kiosk, and people can still use the check-in desk up here. You can do that for all of your airports, like O'Hare, because I have quite a few flights going in and out right now. Quite a few, right? Quote unquote, right? I've moved it. All right, same thing for Kansas City as we go. So, yeah. Is it going to let me schedule the maintenance? It is not. We're going to close. We're going to do this. We're going to go back to the main menu. We're going to load back in and see if it lets me. Sometimes I got to close the whole app. Sometimes it figures it out. I don't know what's up with the maintenance thing. No big deal. Just adds a little bit of time to your flights, your routes, all of that, or your setup, I should say. All right, let's go back. Operations, schedule, maintenance. There we go. I can do it. So we're going to add maintenance. Maintenance code doesn't really matter. I try to line it up with the aircraft, but so I want maintenance done on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It'll tell me I have a schedule conflict. I do. Come on. We're going to do 2 hours of maintenance. And there you go. There's your block schedule, right? There is your block schedule. That's kind of, what it does. And then again, tomorrow, when I load back up, I'll look in here and those new flights, 1150 and all those flights will pop in here and I'll see, you know, what's been done. So that's a bit of how this works. I'm going to buy myself a Max 8 for my own personal leisure to use. It's going to go here. It's going to have that. And I'm going to make a new crew, but that'll all be for me. You can still come in, change up your catering, all that stuff. You can create different filters, right? You can manage the menu so that you can pre-select. I need to make one for domestic use, but I haven't done it yet. That's why I chose international, right? So you can change all that. You can still come down and set up your marketing, which I've done, right? Offering discounts and flash sales. You can still do your air miles. Right? I've got two members. I literally created this last night with different benefits for everybody. You can still create your policies, right? Your seat selection fees and all that. So if you want to charge people, your library, you can make tons of choices on what you want your in-flight entertainment to be, right? There's a lot of stuff for you to be able to do. It is a wonderfully fun tool. So I hope this secondary look into everything helped. Right, you can see the profits now of the aircraft that I have. Right, I just did these two today, so 7 and 8. I'll start seeing some profit for. This is like my own personal quote unquote 8. This is my own personal quote, at least for now. Max 8. So these are the profits after we lose everything. Right after the tax, after all of that. Oh, yeah, I did forget. We need to come in here to the new aircraft that I've purchased. We want Wi-Fi, we want increased seat comfort, and we want seat power. I did forget to do that for my new aircraft that I have purchased. We want Wi-Fi, increased, yada yada. In-flight entertainment. Eh. What did I do? Did I put it on this? Oh, I forgot to do it on this too. My bad. That'll certainly help. Right? Gotta remember to do these things. So I'm gonna set it up in here too. There we go. So, again, hope this helped. Hopefully, they change the stats for this down to like 5,500 because technically a Max 8 can go into John Wayne, and I'd love to be able to fly there with this airplane, but can't do that yet. So there are little things that still need a little bit of love, a little bit of TLC, but you know the big thing is how the AI works. Well, it works, right? Here's all the costs of the new stuff. Here's the aircraft purchases. And then, here's the money I'm making. Plus all the fees and everything, right? The airport facility stuff, the fuel, all that stuff that comes out. So I hope this secondary video helps as they continue to update things. I will continue to give some updates, but this is a fantastic tool. I love it. And I hope you go out and explore it yourself. Till next time, leave me some comments, leave me some ideas, and let me know what you think. See ya.